So now let us study speed control of double acting cylinder, double acting hydraulic cylinders. So basically speed control of double acting hydraulic cylinder is achieved in two ways. First is meter in circuit and second is meter out circuit. So the meaning of meter in is that liquid which is supplied uh, to blank end, or liquid which is being entering inside cylinder, its flow has to be monitored. That is what is called as meter in circuit. Whereas meter out means liquid which is coming out of cylinder, if its flow is monitored, then it is called as meter out circuit. So basically when we are monitoring flow which is going inside the cylinder, it is called as meter in circuit. When we are monitoring flow which is coming out of cylinder, then it is called as meter out circuit. So usually as we know that speed of extension and retraction is depends on liquid which is being supplied to the cylinder and liquid which is being taken out from the cylinder. So basically speed of hydraulic system, it is determined by amount of flow which is delivered to the cylinder or it is taken out from the cylinder. So normally flow control valves, they are used to achieve the speed control of hydraulic circuits or hydraulic cylinders. So the main purpose of flow control valve is to regulate the flow in specific portion of hydraulic circuit, so that in hydraulic system they are used to control the flow rate either for motors or for cylinders, and thereby it regulates the speed of cylinders or for extension or for retraction. So specifically when we talk about meter in circuit, the flow control valve, this is the flow control valve, it is placed in primary line. Okay, so why it is called as primary line? Because this line is considered as the pressure line which is connected to the blank end of cylinder, and that is why it is called as primary line, and this line is called as secondary line which is connected to the rod end port of the cylinder. So if you see this orientation, this flow control valve will monitor the flow of liquid which is supplied to the blank end of cylinder. So now what we will do is, let us assume that this check valve is not present. Okay, only you assume that this flow control valve is placed in the primary line. Okay, so this flow control valve is nothing but it is as same as tap which is there in our house or even everywhere. So when we open that tap completely, tap म्हणजे नळ, पाण्याचा नळ जर आपण पूर्णपणे ओपन केला तर कंप्लीट जेवढा फ्लो आहे तो कंप्लीट म्हणजे हायर फ्लोनी पाणी बाहेर येतं. इफ वी पार्शियली क्लोज द टॅप, then because of reduction in area, the flow rate will decrease, and because of decrease in the flow rate, the liquid which is being supplied to the cylinder will be monitored. So that is why now you assume that only this flow control valve is there, this check valve is not present. Okay, and then we are connecting one pressure gauge before the flow control valve, one pressure gauge after the flow control valve, and one pressure gauge in secondary line. So in primary line there are two pressure gauges. P1 is before flow control valve, P2 is after P2 is after flow control valve, and P3 is connected in secondary line. So as I already said, this P1 indicates a place set by pressure relief valve. So the pressure which is being set by this pressure relief valve will be indicated by this P1. Then this P2 indicates that the pressure which is generated because of load acting on system. Okay, that will be P2, and this P3 will indicate that it is the output pressure of the cylinder, and it is almost equal to 0 because it is connected to the tank directly. Okay, so now we have to compare P1, P2 and P3. So let us start from P3. Because P3 is connected to tank, it will be almost equal to 0. P1 will be equal to pressure setting of pressure relief valve, and P2 will be calculated by considering load acting on the system and blank end area. Okay, so this will be considered as the pressure which is responsible for cylinder force which is exerted from left hand side to the right hand side. Now in this meter in circuit, since speed control is achieved by changing the flow adjustment of the flow control valve, this particular flow control valve, which controls the liquid which is going inside the cylinder. So it should be noted that the flow control in this particular circuit is achieved by forward direction only. That means for extension only we can achieve the flow the speed control. So if less amount of liquid is supplied, if this valve is partially closed, then less amount of liquid will be supplied to the cylinder, and since less amount of liquid is supplied to the cylinder, speed of extension will be less. If this complete flow control valve will be open, then the speed of extension will be more. So the speed of extension is completely depends on opening of this flow control valve. So now you can ask me, why is this check valve is attached along with the flow control valve? Because for extension stroke, you can see over here, liquid which is delivered by pump will go to P to A, and from A to it will from point A it will come to this point. Now here there are two ways. One is from this check valve and another one is from the flow control valve. So from flow control valve, liquid will pass through blank end. It will not pass through this check valve, because direction flow from this direction to this direction is restricted. So for the extension, liquid will pass only through this flow control valve, and its amount will be monitored by opening of this flow control valve. So this is why extension, speed of extension will be monitored. Liquid which is available at rod end will be taken out from port B to T, and it will go to the tank. So this is for extension. Now for retraction, when we press this hand lever, this second position or second envelope will come into picture. So or it will come into operating condition. So liquid which is delivered by pump will come to P, it will come to P to B, and it will start entering from this rod end area. So from rod end area, when liquid will start entering, liquid which is available at blank end will we have to take it out. But now here we don't have to achieve the speed control for retraction stroke. So we don't have to monitor liquid which is coming out. So if you don't attach this check valve, liquid will pass through this flow control valve only. And if this flow control valve was partially closed during the extension stroke, then only few amount of liquid will pass through this. And if only few amount of liquid will pass through this flow control valve, then it will hamper the speed of retraction. So that is why one check valve will be added here. So when the retraction starts from this direction, liquid from blank end will be passed through this flow control valve also and this check valve also. Since check valve offers less resistance to the flow, more amount of liquid will pass through check valve, and thus we are not monitoring the liquid which is coming out of blank end, and that is why this is the role of this check valve. So you have to you have to be careful about the direction of this particular check valve. Okay, and so now you must be understanding why the check valve has been used along with the flow control valve, because it will not monitor liquid which is coming out of blank end. Okay, so this is how meter in circuit is used to achieve the to achieve the speed control for extension stroke. Now we will see meter out circuit. So now if you see the arrangement difference between meter in and meter out, the arrangement of flow control valve and the check valve is kept in the secondary line. Okay, so this flow control valve along with the check valve is kept in the secondary line. So liquid which is coming out of cylinder will be monitored. And if you see the direction of this check valve as compared to meter in circuit, then it is reversed with respect to meter in circuit. So this position or this orientation of check valve will not allow liquid which is coming out of cylinder to pass through it, but it will allow only it will pass through only this flow control valve. However, when we are achieving the retraction stroke, it will pass through this flow control valve also and check valve also. So retraction, speed of retraction will not hamper, because we are not monitoring liquid which is going inside the cylinder from rod end, because it will pass through both the valves. Now let us try to understand the working of meter out circuit. So when I deactivate this hand lever, automatically because of spring, this first position will come into picture. So liquid which is delivered by pump will come to port P, and from port P to it will come to A. It will start entering from blank end of cylinder. Now as we know that the at the same time when liquid is entering from blank end of cylinder, at the same time liquid which is available at rod end has to be taken out. Now what we are doing is we are restricting or we are monitoring liquid which is coming out of cylinder. That means what we are doing, we are again monitoring the speed of extension only, but this is in other way. Here the speed of extension is monitored by monitoring liquid which is going inside the cylinder. Here what we are doing is we are monitoring speed of extension only, but now it is being achieved by monitoring the flow which is coming out of cylinder. Okay, so when pump supplies liquid from blank end of cylinder, liquid which is available at rod end has to be taken out, and if this valve is partially closed, then liquid which is coming out of cylinder will be monitored, and few amount of liquid only will be supplied to the tank. So speed of extension again will be depend on how much amount of liquid is coming out of the cylinder from the rod end. Okay, so when the rod end liquid is coming out, it will not pass through this check valve, however it will only pass through this flow control valve. So if this partially closed, then only few amount of liquid will, it will be given to the tank, and thus the speed of extension is monitored. Now on the other hand, when I operate this hand lever, this second position will come into operation. So liquid which is being delivered by pump will come to P to B, and from B it will come to this position. Now here it will, this check valve will also allow the flow from this direction, and even it will go from this flow control valve also. So for retraction stroke, liquid will pass through both the valves and it will not hamper the speed of extension. So obviously more amount of liquid or regular amount of liquid will be supplied from rod end, and liquid which is available at blank end will be freely taken out from port A, and port A is connected to T, so it will freely pass through the tank. So this is how, when we are monitoring liquid which is coming out of cylinder from at the rod end area, the speed of extension will be monitored. Now you can ask me what is the advantage and disadvantages of this circuits. Now if you see, if you compare P1, P2 and P3, as I already said, P3 is 0 because this is connected to tank. Now here P1, since the liquid which is going from this flow control valve is monitored, since if this flow control valve is partially closed, more amount of pressure will be generated before the flow control valve. म्हणजे या फ्लो कंट्रोल वॉलच्या ह्या आधीच्या लाईनमध्ये जास्त प्रेशर क्रिएट होईल, बिकॉज इट इज रिस्ट्रिक्टिंग द फ्लो. वेन द फ्लो इज रिस्ट्रिक्टेड, द प्रेशर विल बी जनरेटेड. सो इफ वी कंपेयर P1, P2, P3, P1 will be more because it creates resistance to the flow. P2 will be depends on the load. I mean we can't compare P1 and P2 because it is fully depends on how much amount of load. P2 is depends on how much amount of load acting on the cylinder. So more heat is generated before the flow control valve in this line, and that can be relieved by this pressure relief valve. So meter in circuit is very safe for drilling or even milling operations, because higher amount of temperature and pressure is generated before the flow control valve, and that can be monitored by pressure relief valve. So portion after the flow control valve will not be hampered, and precise motion of extension will be achieved. So this was about meter in. But if you see meter out circuit, what happens is P1 is completely, so P1 will be set according to the pressure rating of pressure relief valve and the load acting on cylinder. However, P2 is depends on how much amount of valve is open, how much amount of this flow control valve is kept open. Depends on that, P2 will be, we can calculate. So, and even if you consider P3, so P3 line is connected to the tank, so P3 will be equal to 0. So what happens here is, because of restriction of flow from flow control valve, more amount of pressure will be created over here. And if you see here, there is no any we can say arrangement with which we can relieve that pressure, because here the restriction to the flow is made over here. And since here pressure relief valve is connected, so this higher pressure or pressure which is generated because of resistance to flow will be monitored, or it will be relieved by pressure relief valve. But if you see here, if we partially close this particular valve, pressure will be created in this line. So P2 will be more, and that to relieve the P2 there is no arrangement, because pressure relief valve is connected in this primary line. So that is why meter out circuit may experience high amount of temperature in the secondary line, and that may hamper the speed of extension and even the speed control of hydraulic cylinder. So this is the main advantage and disadvantage of meter out circuit. So if we see, another advantage of meter out circuit is that the load is always under pressure from both the sides, because pressure is which is being exerted from left hand side to right hand side by primary line, and on the other hand, since this flow control valve is partially closed, pressure will be experienced from right hand side to left hand side also. So that means pressure, since acted pressure is acted from both the sides of piston, so it is always counterbalance. So it is, if we consider running load condition, always meter out circuit is suitable for running load conditions. We have already studied running loads and opposing loads. Even though the load changes its direction, there is no chance of jerk motion of the hydraulic cylinder. So this is main advantage of meter out circuit. So this was all about the hydraulic circuit. You can study this and you can appear for examination. Thank you.